Hello and welcome. British star Michael York, whose films include Cabaret with Liza Minnelli, Logan's Run, The Three Musketeers and Austin Powers, has managed a transatlantic career for more than 60 years. However, it was a combination of lucky breaks and fate that opened opportunities to move from the British stage to Hollywood films and US TV series. Michael is an Oxford University graduate and was awarded an OBE in the 1996 Queen's Birthday Honours List, but he's lived in the United States for more than 50 years. Distinguished by his unnaturally broad nose and slightly plummy English accent, his first break was a literal one when he fell on his face as a 3-year-old. But a number of encounters over the years in movie and TV fight scenes enhanced his proboscis prominence, as he told me back in 1987 while shooting the World War II miniseries The Far Country in Australia, and Michael recalled the showbiz break that got him to Hollywood.
Have you been fortunate enough to
follow
by instinct what's happened to you?
I think you drive yourself mad if you stop in your tracks and say, oh, this is the wrong decision. I should have done this, I should have done that. You know, the famous hindsight. All I know is that the decision you made was the right one at the time. And I think once you make that, you go ahead and that is the only decision. I think and you can tantalize yourself into distraction, especially if you have a choice of work, which is a wonderful luxury to have on the one hand. You have your life going off, one direction, and conversely, the other. I mean, I remember when right at the beginning, almost the second job I had, I'd been working in rep up at Dundee, and I went down to London, and my agent said, as you're in London, audition for the National and the Royal Shakespeare Companies. And to my delight, I was offered work with both companies, with Royal Shakespeare to play parts, and the National to walk on. They were starting, he said, next Monday we have a production of Much Ado About Nothing, directed by Franco Zeffirelli. And, I was in that production, I met him, and he later asked me to go and audition for his production of Taming the Shrew, and one became a film actor. I often think whether the same thing would have happened if one joined the Royal Shakespeare Company. But that's it, you cannot.
Fate.
Yeah, fate. Exactly.
So one of the physical aspects of what I think is a rugged kind of face is the nose. Is it has it always been that shape, or?
Yeah, I broke it 3 times.
You've broken it 3 times.
So it wasn't always this shape.
That's what I mean. That's what I'm getting at.
Playing soccer.
Was it?
God, no. I think as a kid I tried to fly out of a window. I was very ambitious, even then. And you learn the hard way.
Birdie.
And then, and then I was, various kind of punch-ups and crashes. And,
really?
Yeah.
What sort of punch-ups?
Well, I think once you break it, it becomes very fragile and vulnerable. In fact, the terrible thing was that the first day shooting on the series, I had a scene to play with Paul Chenard, a very good actor. I don't know whether you saw Scarface.
Yes,
he
Scarface.
played the Colombian dope.
Yeah.
Wonderful, handsome.
He also played the showbiz 30s character. The great producer, Ziegfeld. He played Ziegfeld in a TV movie, I think it was. Yeah.
Well, he's very distinguished, a wonderful aquiline nose. And the first scene we had to do was a fight where the 2 brothers absolutely went at each other. And he said to me before we started, he said, now careful, I don't want to end up with a nose like yours.
He said to you?
Yeah. Joking. So, and it was night shooting, and it was late, and it was raining, and, there was certain pressure to get on with it. And I felt uncomfortable. I felt I was too close to, because I had to swing a punch at him. But anyway, certain pressure to shoot the scene, so I went into it. And I socked him one. And I heard it go. It connected with his nose. There was this terrible... And there we were. I mean, we were brothers. We both had these great twisted...
You're a thug, York.
Well, the irony was, I'd been in fights, sword fights, duels with sword, and remember, I've never so much as scratched him. And this was the first time I really felt bad. But then, the wonderful thing was, he said, I was incredibly apologetic. He said, you know, I've had a deviated septum. He said, I can breathe for the first time. So I handed him my check for reconstructive surgery.
Would have cost him 40,000 to have it done in the States anyway. But going back, I mean, the first time was flying out the window. But what else? Did you genuinely get involved in punch-ups that damaged the nose? Or?
As a kid, yeah.
Really?
Yeah.
Not playing rugby or
crash.
anything like that?
No. Nothing so straightforward.
Well, I think it's a feature that to a degree has probably served you well. Do you think? I mean, who knows what your nose would have been shaped like otherwise.
Yeah. That's what it is, you know.
Fate again, you see.
Yeah, fate. I totally agree.
He didn't sue you, did he? I mean,
Well, in fact, I like it. It's a very interesting nose.
Yours?
Yes.
Oh, yeah, no, I think...
No. I mean Paul's.
Oh, you mean the result that he's...
Yes. But I felt bad. It's terrible. I hate, damaging people. I hate screen fights. One always feels nervous. It's only a movie. It's only make-believe.
Did you... what about in the Musketeers? Did you... I mean, there was so much sword-wielding in that.
Yeah.
Didn't you get nicked or slashed?
Yes. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Yeah.
But you never damaged
I have the
anybody else?
scars to prove it. I don't think so, no. No.
A truly delightful gentleman. Michael is now 82 and stopped working in films and television only in the early 2020s due to very serious health issues. Michael and his wife Pat now live in Rochester, Minnesota. They moved there in 2022 to be closer to the Mayo Clinic, where he's been treated for amyloidosis, a rare blood disease.